For this lesson, I don't want to sound like the chaperone for a prep school's first international field trip to China, but it's important for you to understand the intricacies of someone's culture before you can do business with them, and AliExpress suppliers are no different. I'm going to be making some generalizations here, but as someone with Chinese immigrant parents and also extensive amount of experience doing business with people in China at this point, I'm going to give you guys some pointers. Number one, Chinese people are usually indexed on long-term relationships. As much as you can frame yourself as a long-term partner or someone that will be a consistent purchaser of their products, the better you can begin your negotiation process with your AliExpress supplier. This is good because what we're looking for here is also a long-term relationship. Number two, Chinese people really appreciate it when foreigners indicate respect for their culture, especially with trade tension that's going on between the United States and China right now, and the recent history of clashes between Western countries and China over issues like governance and human rights. Indicating that you're respectful of Chinese culture can help you start a conversation in a great way that differentiates you from other merchants. This is why in later lessons, I will provide the exact script in Chinese that I use to cold message and negotiate with AliExpress suppliers. Number three, respect and dignity are sacred Chinese values. As much as Western countries value freedom and individuality, Chinese culture places a heavy emphasis on self-dignity and respect. Even when you are at smaller volumes, you should be conscious about being polite and respectful. If your supplier hasn't given you a tracking number in a long time, don't just call them a scam. Approach it from a perspective of polite concern while being forceful. I'm going to play out some dialogues to give you an example of how early on you should be interacting with your suppliers. This is an example one. Hi, my customers are very angry that they haven't gotten the tracking number yet. Can you please check in on this? I like doing business with you, but I am getting worried. I don't want to dispute this on AliExpress, so can you tell me what is going on? That is a lot better than if you went with this dialogue. Please give me my tracking number, or I will report you to AliExpress and dispute the order. See how the second one is a lot more disrespectful and a lot more threatening. One moment of disrespect will last a lot longer in your supplier's mind than yours and could ruin any potential of a future relationship, even if you're doing higher numbers. That's just the way the culture works. Now that you understand some of the peculiarities of the Chinese culture, you and I are ready to start talking about various topics of negotiation. And in each situation, you're going to want to message them with the English script first, because some of them do know how to speak English very well. And if they are non-responsive or are confused, or you can obviously tell they're not really understanding, then feel free to use the Chinese script. Now, keep in mind that at the end of each script, I've included a blurb that explains you don't actually know how to speak Chinese and you are asking them if they can find a resource that can speak English if they are interested in your proposition. You don't want to be in a position where you are deceiving a supplier into thinking you're fluent and then they start typing everything out in Mandarin. Most of these agents can find someone that speaks English, or worst case, if you are really in the need of negotiation, you could find a friend that speaks Chinese, or even hire someone that knows Chinese translation from a source like Upwork.